an assault against an officer really means aggravated assault against a peace officer is what it's known as in Georgia, and that's in 16-5-21. Aggravated assault against a peace officer means that the government has to prove that you knowingly committed an aggravated assault. So aggravated assault is a crime in and of itself, but for a crime against a peace officer, you have to knowingly commit an aggravated assault, and it has to be done against a police officer while they are officially engaged in their official duties. Okay, so it has it's basically an aggravated assault plus you do it knowingly, and you also do it while the person is doing their official duties as a police officer. That's what constitutes assault or aggravated assault on a police officer in Georgia. If you're convicted of a normal aggravated assault, you're looking at anywhere from 1 to 20 years. Okay, that's the sentencing range, basically. The smallest sentence you could get on a normal aggravated assault is 1 year on probation and up to 20 years in prison. So again, 1 to 20. If you are convicted of a aggravated assault on a peace officer, however, you're going to be looking at larger or higher mandatory minimums. Okay, we'll start with the worst one first. If you're convicted of actually discharging a firearm at a police officer or towards a police officer, you'll be facing a 10-year mandatory minimum prison sentence, maximum of 20 years. So again, instead of 1 to 20, now it becomes 10 to 20, and the judge has to give you the 10 in prison. Okay, that's for the discharge of a firearm. The next level down from there is if you use some instrument, object, or device in your aggravated assault against a peace officer. That minimum is going to be 5 years in prison. Judge cannot give you less than 5 years in prison if you're convicted of using some instrument, device, or object. Again, the minimum is now 5 instead of 1 on a normal aggravated assault. And I guess the next level down would be is if you use only some part of your body as you aggravatedly assault a police officer. If you are using only your body, then the minimum is 3 years in prison, maximum of 20. So basically, we've got 10-year minimum up to 20 if you discharge a firearm, 5-year minimum up to 20 if you're using something other than a gun and not your body, and 3-year minimum if you're just using your body to commit the aggravated assault against a police officer. The biggest defense that's available to someone charged with aggravated assault against a police officer is the statute requires that you knowingly commit the offense of aggravated assault, which that's the language in the statute. It is very, very, very rare in the Georgia law or other law to see language like that. It suggests you have to do more than just intentionally commit the assault. You have to actually knowingly commit the offense of aggravated assault, and you have to know that it's a police officer. The best defenses in aggravated assault cases against a police officer attack whether or not the government can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you knowingly committed that offense. In other words, that you had the guilty mind to do that offense to a standard of knowingly. That's a fantastic defense. Second defense, although less used, is where you're arguing that that the police officer may not have been actually conducting his official duties at the time of the assault. Okay, so if the officer is doing something off duty, or you didn't know it was a police officer and the person wasn't wearing, clearly identifiable clothes, you could have an argument there. So again, the two big ones are knowingly committed against a police officer, attack that, and 2, whether the officer was officially performing his official duties at the time of the alleged assault.